let's do a top nail polish picks for the fall season, because I've been sitting on these polishes for a little bit. I was having a little bit of a hard time condensing them, and it's a little bit different for my fall seasonal racks, which I pulled polishes from there, by the way. Plus I pulled out other ones after I made my fall seasonal video, because I realized I was missing maybe another blue that I wanted to wear. I haven't worn this one in a while, and you know, so on and so forth. There are a couple polishes in here that are not available anymore. The way that I do my picks is I try to rotate. So if I pulled a mustard yellow last year, like for instance the Mustard the Courage from China Glaze, I try to pull a different mustard yellow this year. So if there's something that's not available, I'll try to link everything down below. But if they no longer make this polish, I'll try to give you guys different options. And so on and so forth. I did end up buying 2 polishes last week, and funny enough, they're not even from new collections. One of them is a repurchase for me that I finished in a project polish, and I did without it last year, and quite frankly I didn't want to do without it again for another fall season because I adore it so much. And there's another polish in here that I've just been wanting for a really long time, and so I went ahead and purchased it, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's really beautiful. I did swatch everything on my nails, so you guys will see pictures of that as well as close-up bottle shots. Let's get on into it. I'm going to start off with the one that I have on my nails right now, and this is from Zoya. This is Roxy. This one you guys have seen in previous pics. Every year I try to switch it up a little bit, but this is just one that I cannot stay away from. This one has a raspberry jelly base and metallic glitters. Great formula. It gets opaque at 2 coats, although I prefer it at 3 coats because I feel like the base gets a little bit deeper and it creates a bit more of a contrast between the base and then the metallic glitters. I feel like they pop a little bit more, plus it adds more glitters onto the nails, and I think it looks really, really beautiful. And this is one, quite frankly, that if I could wear this the entire fall season, if this is the only fall polish that I had, I will be content. I think it's beautiful. From Essie, I have Plain Koi. This is my pumpkin orange for the season. I did pick this one out last year as well because I think it's so beautiful. I have this one, and it's a Piazza cake. I did bring it out to just give you guys another option because this is not one that is made anymore. I believe this was discontinued, or it's become a little bit harder to get a hold of. If I can find it online, I'll try to link it down below. For me, I just love this one a little bit more. This one is growing on me, but Plain Koi just holds my heart a little bit more because it's a little bit deeper, it's a little bit more saturated in color, seems to have a little bit of brown in it that just allows it to look really good against my skin tone. I just love it, and the formula is really good to pick at 2 coats. But because this is not available, I thought I would mention this one. And then OPI came out with a pumpkin-y orange as well in the new collection, just an FYI. It's Alive is another one that's not available anymore. Gosh, I should have left this one for the end. So It's Alive is from China Glaze, and this is one that was on my lemming list for the longest time, and finally I found it at the beginning of the year on, I think it was 88 Beauty. I'll link all the discounted websites that I've purchased from in the past that I tend to frequent, just to see if I can find anything that's on my lemming of polishes that they no longer make, basically. This one here has a kind of capers green jelly base, and it has some silver metallic multi-sized glitters in here. This one gets opaque at 2 coats, and it does dry a little bit textured, but 1 or 2 coats of a top coat will smooth it completely out. It has a really great formula. This is one that I have not worn as a manicure. I've only swatched it for this video. In the last couple of years, I think I've had 90 Lacquer Singer Auto Salvage as a pick, and this is still really, really beautiful. And the reason why this is not a pick for me this year is because I have not worn this one this year, and I want to focus on it, and I just think it's amazing. Color-wise, they're in the same color family to where it's that capers green, kind of olivey green situation going on. They both have a jellyish base. The difference between the two here is that It's Alive, the base of it is a little bit deeper, and this one has glitters to where 90 Lacquer's Singer Auto Salvage has shimmers running through it. So there is a difference, but they're within the same color family. So if you have this one, I think it's really, really beautiful. This one has a really awesome formula as well. 2 to 3 coats for full opacity. This one takes 2 coats. The glitters are larger, so I feel like it helps with that. And not only are the glitters larger, but it has a lot of glitter in it, so it allows this one to get opaque at 2 coats. The one that I ended up repurchasing is Essie's Very Naughty. I finished this one in a project polish well over a year ago, and then I didn't have it last year and I missed it so much. And I think at that time I had pulled out Zerk's Urbanize, which is really, really beautiful. And I want to say that that one's just a little bit deeper than this one, and more than anything I feel like this one has more of that jelly consistency to where it looks a little bit squishy on the nails. It's not a full jelly, it's more like a crelly, I want to say. But this one here dries extremely glossy. You don't need a top coat for it, although I usually do add a top coat to it. For opacity, usually for me this takes 3 coats, again because it has that jelly-like formulation. This is one though that I do have to usually be mindful around my cuticle area because it does tend to stain the skin around my nail. From Sinful Colors, I have Amethyst, and this is a purple, a dusty purple, and it is a cream. Really, really great formula, opaque at 2 coats. I pulled this one out because I was inspired to wear it from my Shop My Stash video that I did for OP. I think that's what I pulled it for, to try to dupe one of their purple polishes. And oh my god, I'd worn this polish before, but I had not used it in a really long time, and I'm really happy that I did that video. Otherwise this would still be sitting neglected in my drawers. The disrespect. Another one from Essie is Bahama Mama. This is a new purchase for me. This is one that I've been wanting to try for a really long time, and the reason why I've been wanting to try this one is because I wanted to see how it compared to another polish that I have from OPI, and this is Cherry Blossom. This is one that's made it into my top picks in the past, but they don't make this one anymore. It was a limited edition polish, I want to say, so I wanted to try something that was readily available. And the Bahama Mama from Essie is just a little bit lighter, I want to say. I feel like Cherry Blossom has just a dash bit more purple, to where Essie's looks a little bit, has a little bit more pink in it, and it looks a little bit more dusty. I'll have a close-up bottle shot for you guys to see them side by side, but both of them are really beautiful. Difference though, for me, Cherry Blossom usually takes 3 coats, this one 2 coats, and it has an awesome formulation. A Fuchsia Metallic, and this is another one that was inspired to pull out from my Shop My Stash series, is Fuchsia Flame from CoverGirl. I don't think CoverGirl makes polishes anymore, but I pulled it out to try to dupe one of the metallic mattes from the, I want to say it was from OPI, if I'm not mistaken. Another one that I have used in the past, but I've let sit in my drawers, neglected for a really long time. But what I liked about it is that because I did the Shop My Stash series, is that I mattified it this time around, and I freaking loved it. I loved how this looked. I have used it in the past and always added a glossy top coat, but this one mattified. I adored it. I had also pulled out, here it is, Rose My Name from China Glaze. I preferred this one a little bit more because this one has little silver and blue, it looks like very fine blue little shimmers running through it that adds a little bit of purple to a little bit more of a purple look on the nails, and I just thought it was amazing. A really great formula. I want to say 2 coats to get opaque, and then I mattified it. You're gonna see it in the swatch, it's mattified, and I think I added a glossy top coat, so I'll try to include this one with a glossy top coat. From China Glaze, I have Teen Spirit. I pulled this one and put it on my seasonal rack after I made the video because I realized that I didn't really have a lot of blues going on in my seasonal rack, and it's been a while since I've worn this one. I want to say a couple of years. Now this one, when you first apply the layer, it's blue, but you see quite a bit of purple. Like the base almost looks a little bit purple, basically, and it has these purpley blue little shimmers. They're not extremely loud, and it almost looks like a dark blue polish indoor, but in certain lightings you see little flares, little sparkles here and there that I think it looks amazing. This is one that I do have to be careful with application because the brush in mine is thinner. This is before they changed their brushes, and the color is a stainer, not only on my nails but also around the cuticle area, basically. So if you have this one and you pull it out, just be mindful of that. But great formula. This one gets opaque at 2 coats. Another one that I pulled out from my Shop My Stash series, this is from Milani. Milani doesn't make polishes anymore, but I believe it was the Essie collection that inspired me to pull this particular polish, and this is called Canyon Country, and this is my squash looking kind of polish. Basically, it's not fully squash, but it is kind of like a squash color. Look at how pretty this is. This is a polish that I had in my drawers that I had not ever used, which is embarrassing. So sad. So when I swatched it, I was so beautiful. This is beautiful. Oh my god, amazing. 2 to 3 coats for full opacity, and I adore this color, and it's a cream, by the way. The teal that I pulled out this year, I think it was a Ski Joey Drop, the one that I pulled out last year, and that one's a cream. I pulled out a shimmery teal this year because I want to focus on this guy, and this is from Deborah Lippmann. This is called Boss, and I mentioned this one, I think it was in my summer monthly manis that I try to put this on. I don't know who I thought I was, man, because I'm a seasonal polish wearer, and I was trying to wear a dark teal polish during the summer, and it just was not doing it for me. I wasn't feeling it, and then I'm not feeling it because it has a terrible formula, but because I just wasn't in the mood for a dark teal, basically. So this is the one that I want to focus on this year. It does have a really great formula. One to 2 coats. I want to say if your nails are short, like on the shorter side, because even on my nails I can get this to pick out 1 coat, although I do add the additional coat because I appreciate the support that the additional coats give me. This one does have a little purple flash running through it that when I saw this polish, that's what drew me to it. Not just the color, because I love teal shimmers, but that purple flash. Sadly though, it's not something that I capture on my nails very much, but it is still really, really beautiful. If my camera moved, it's because my battery was gonna die. The next one is from Sinful Colors, and this one is called Copper Pot. This was another one that I was inspired to pull out from when I did the Essie Shop My Stash video, and I believe this was one that was an untried for me, or had been sitting in my drawers for quite a bit. So I swatched it for that video, and when I put it on, I was like, holy hell, this is really, really beautiful. This one has some copper shimmers, like orangey copper shimmers, and then it has some gold little shimmers running through it. So in the bottle it looks a little bit more like marbleized. On the nails though, I feel like the little gold shimmer is what adds that additional like dimension look on the nails, and I think it looks amazing. It has a really good formula, and this one gets a pick at 2 coats. The mustard yellow that I pulled out for this year, sadly, is not one that is made anymore. At least I have not been able to find it on Etsy's website anymore. This is from Pretty Wicked Cosmetics. I don't even know if this company exists anymore, and I have the mini only. Sadly, I don't remember why I only bought the mini. I can't remember if it's because this is the only polish I have from this brand, so I'd never tried the brand before, and I just wanted to try a little sample size. I can't remember if it was that, or if I accidentally ordered the sample size and not the large bottle. Point is that I regret not getting the large bottle because this is really, really beautiful. This was my first mustard polish, and I think it's amazing. I did pull out Mustard the Courage from China Glaze because this is the one that I had pulled out last year to use, and I wore the crap out of this one, and I just thought I would do a side-by-side to compare it. So I feel like China Glaze is a little bit lighter, and it has quite a bit more brown in it, and it almost like pulls out a little bit of green in this guy, to where the mustard one from Pretty Wicked, it still has a little bit of brown, same like China Glaze, but the yellow, it just stands out a little bit more, and this is really, really beautiful. This one for me usually takes 3 coats. The swatch that you're gonna see on this one is an old swatch because I only have the mini, and I did not want to swatch it again. Because I want to enjoy every little last drop that's in this bottle. I do have some honorable mentions here because I think these are still really, really beautiful, but I wanted to focus on these other guys first. I have Get Down from Sally Hansen, which is a dusty rose. This is amazing. Great formula, opaque at 2 coats. It has a cream finish, and this one actually had inspired me to purchase this guy. So this guy I didn't pull out last year because I pulled this guy out last year and I wore it, and it's so beautiful. This is from Dior, and it's called Cosmopolite. Also a dusty rose, but I feel like Get Down has a little bit more of that dusty quality in it for me, but both are really beautiful. But I just wanted to mention this guy because if you have it, bring it out. This is amazing for the fall. Grindelwald is another one that almost made it into my picks because I love this. This is amazing. The base of this is more of a purple, and it has some gold flakies running through it, and I've mentioned before I really like the formula of the polishes with the gold flakies because I think they're amazing. They do require 3 coats because the base is slightly bit on the sheer side, but it's so that the gold flakies, I'm assuming, is so that the gold flakies can show through. And then of course 90 Lacquer Singer Auto. The only reason why I didn't make it into my top picks is because I wanted to give another kind of olivey capers green kind of jelly color a little bit more love. this season more so than this one, because this one has seen a lot of me in the last couple of years and I've shown it quite a bit of love. Okay, I think that's everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.